So who am I here with and what'd you do?
Jeff Herrell, and we got our first top 8. Pretty hype with Tenpai. Been working on this deck for days, getting all the numbers right, trying to get it down. Excited to share with y'all what's going on. So I'm gonna start with the normal stuff and kind of just like get it out of the way, right? So 3 Kaiman, terraforming, the summonings, right? So this is all very normal. Okay. 3 Pydra.
Robina, you mean?
Robina, yeah. I mean, basically, it's basically birds, right? 3 red, 2 green. The only thing really to say about the normal stuff is play 2 green. Y'all playing 1 if they're crazy. I summon 2 almost every single match. Okay, so just play 2. We're not going to spend too much time on that. That's very stock at this point, right? This is where the testing came in, and we really got to the grind on it. Shout out to Dr. Roman Bradley Weldon, if you know, you know. He helped me run the numbers on the hand traps, the likelihood of drawing the hand traps, and all that good stuff. So basically came to the conclusion to draw 2 hand traps enough and 3 hand traps most time in Snake Eye, you need to play 17. So 16 to 17, either way, but the same. So this is what we came up with, right? So we go normal 3 Ash, 3 Mourner, 3 Effect Veiler, 2 Ogre, 2 Nibiru, and the 3 Imperm. Main deck for Fire, sideboard for everything else was kind of the theory behind this, right? Fire is still the best deck, not close, in my opinion. So main deck like you're playing for. The only respect I gave for other decks was the 2 Ghost Ogres. It's not a full brick against Fire. It's just not excellent unless you draw like a Nib or something else to go with it.
How was Nib for you? I know a lot of people are cutting Nib.
So I played against Fire twice. One of my losses was the Fire King, and I nibbed him and he still won. But then I played against another Fire and I nibbed him for his whole life savings. Like he just overextended and could have made the negates and just didn't. So Nibiru soloed. But since you're bringing it up, this is why I'm only playing 2. Because unless you're playing against exactly Fire, as far as like meta decks go, or branded, it's really bad. Like in the mirror, this is awful. Against Voiceless, this is awful. So I'm only playing 2, and when we get to the side, I'll explain how we change that. But this is the normal stock hand traps, right? So that's that. All right, and then we can go into the breakers next. So outside of that, people play like Shifter and things like that. For me though, I don't like playing Shifter because Shifter is really bad with Pot of Prosperity. It's really hard to play both and win. So I simply just didn't play it. So I went with a couple breakers instead, right? So I had the 2 Lightning Storm, the Duster, and then the 3 Fenrir, right? So this is the main thing we need to talk about. So this is really good when you make any deck that's not the mirror, make a half board. So like against Voiceless, if they just like flunder around and like do basically nothing and you Lightning Storm all their spells and traps, they have nothing, right? It's just generically good enough that you main it and you side it out against almost everything, but you play this. Now this is what we gotta talk about though. If you're not playing Fenrir, you're trolling. I'm just gonna be honest.
The GOAT.
It is, like, listen, against a lot of decks, if you just go play Fenrir, make a Seals pass, that's an SEK. Like against a lot of decks, they just lose, right? So to me, this is mandatory. This I could see not doing it. This is what I chose. This is mandatory. The main deck Fenrir does. Okay.
You didn't like Planet to search Fenrir or anything?
We talked about that, and I could see changing to that. Not 100% sure yet. Might go down that path. Don't know. And then thoughts. Okay. So 40 cards, nice and clean, nice and easy. Extra deck. I'm gonna go with the normal stuff first, then we'll go with the spice. Odd Eyes, I didn't make it today, but you have to play it. I played this because I'm not playing the Link package, so I have room for the Samurai Destroyer. We'll talk about that here in a second. Q-Bolt is a part of the combo, which I'll go over here in a second. Black Rose Dragon never came up, and testing it did. You play it. And then the ways that you actually win the game, right? Your Trident, let me fix this. Your Trident, and then your Bident guys, same guy, but Bident guys. All right. So those are the normal synchros. Okay. And then I'm going with the normal links. So we got Hida, Striker Dragon, Heretic, Little Knight, IP, which I'll go over in a second. This is where it starts getting a little spicy for the IP. Promethean Princess and Draco Sack. So there's a combo, which I think more people are starting to get on, where you can go Fenrir, then make a level 7 dragon on your turn, and you end up making this guy. So if they trigger your Fenrir, you banish something, and then you make this guy pop something, right? Then you go into an IP off the tokens. You link into this off the 7 of the guy, and then you make the IP off the tokens, and then you go into this, and then you revive one of the dragons back, and then you still have 4 dragon combo. Okay. Did it come up today? No. Is it better than the OTK link package? I don't know. I'll probably go back to the OTK link package because it would have came up twice. Once I not necessarily needed it. I just had like 5 bodies in play, and like I went to battle phase, I would have won anyway. But I actually lost the game once because I didn't have it, so I don't know. We might go back to it, we'll see. And then go over the side bag. Again, we'll go back to the hand traps where like everything's very calculated and makes a lot of sense for the math, right? So the one up first, we had the one rivalry that I never drew today. In theory, it's really good.
Card's busted.
Yeah, when you draw it, it's great. It's a 1 for a reason, right? Just never drew it. Aside the 1 extra nib, because when you want nib, you need nib, but you don't want to draw it against Voiceless, like I said in the main deck. So aside the other one, same for Ghost Ogre. Like, you don't want to draw this card against Fire, but against Voiceless and the Mirror, sometimes it's just an OTK. I play 3 DD Crow and I go over here, 3 Ghost Bell, because these are really good into the Mirror. A lot of the hand traps in the main are just unplayable in the Mirror, so I have these to side out like the targeting negation effects to banish the thing they're targeting to bring back with the green dragon, or to bring back with the level 7 synchro. It came up a lot. Post-board games in the Mirrors today, I think this is the way to go. Also, Branded is probably this deck's worst matchup, because they just go LOL Branded lost, and then it turns off all your negation effects, right? So post-board, you take out a bunch of the targeting effects and just put these in. One of my losses was to Branded, where I just didn't draw hand traps and puppeted me. But the other games, like, I just banished their stuff and they had nothing to do, right? So there's that. 3 Droll Lockbird. If they're playing the Cash Snake version and they go activate planet and you chain this on the resolution, they are dead. It happened twice today. I think it's great to side it for that reason. I put it in against Voiceless because, again, a lot of the target negation there is bad, and sometimes this FTKs them. Mainly because it's just better than the imperms and stuff there. And then lastly, 3 Cosmic Cyclone. In the Mirror, they make you go first. You set this, hopefully you hit their field spell and it's good. I didn't draw it today, but I think you still play it. But yeah, there's the deck profile. Shout outs. I said shout out to the Dr. Roman Bradley Weldon. Shout out to the guys at Oak Ridge. And yeah, thanks for watching, and then like and subscribe. Bye guys.